Well, the Blue Jays take the field on this Sunday afternoon. Patrick Corbin on the mound. Let's see the Sunday lineup he'll face.
Here's the Sunday lineup, presented by Hexclad.
Hi, we have the Deerfield Warriors 12U Red team from Deerfield, Illinois.
This is the New York Yankees starting lineup.
Batting first at first base, Paul Goldschmidt. Batting second at DH, Ben Rice. Batting third at right field, Jason Dominguez. Batting fourth in center field, Cody Bellinger. Batting fifth at third base, Ahmed Rosario.
Batting sixth at second base, Jose Caballero. Batting seventh at left field, Max Schumann.
Batting eighth at shortstop, Anthony Volpe. Batting ninth at catcher, Ellie Sanchez. Starting on the bump, Will Boyd. Let's go, Yankees!
How about that? The Sunday lineup reaching all the way out in Illinois, and the kid used on the bump because he knows that's your phrase.
One of my phrases.
One of your phrases. And on the bump is Patrick Corbin.
Veteran lefty on the season. One thing he does is post up. Very durable lefty throughout his whole career. And let's tell you a little bit more in our Nissan Pitcher Scout Report for Patrick Corbin. In the Chair, the great song by George Strait, and kind of like that song. Corbin doesn't overwhelm you anymore with volume. He wins with patience and experience, and the blue eyes crying in the rain. The fastball isn't what it once was, but touch and feel and durability are his keys. And against the wind, he's kind of been pitching against the wind the last several years, but he still takes the ball. 9 out of 14 Major League seasons, he's made 30 or more starts.
All right, the defense brought to you by your local Tri-State Genesis retailers. You got Lucas in center. Kirk is back behind the plate, and we're ready to roll. Goldschmidt's ready. Corbin's ready. Let's do it here in Toronto. First pitch inside. We're underway. Steven Jashinsky is the home plate umpire. Paul Clemens at first. John Tumpain, the crew chief, at second. Ramon De Jesus is at third. So Goldschmidt with the big home run yesterday against Varlin to give the Yankees a 3-1 lead, and then Bednar comes in, strikes out the side. A really inspiring win for the Yankees here in Toronto, where they have not had much luck of late. There's a strike. Home run yesterday was his fourth home run against right-handed pitching. He has 9 overall. That one just missed inside. His first pitch against the Yankees on May 18th, Goldschmidt hit a home run. It was a ground ball foul. In that outing, he gave up 3 runs in 4 innings, took a no decision in what was an eventual Blue Jays loss. Corbin, 36 years old, wears number 46 for Andy Pettit. Grew up a Yankee fan. Fouled straight back here and over our booth into the 500 level. He struggled of late, 9 runs over his last 2 starts against the Braves and the Phillies, raising his ERA from 3.65 to the present 4.55. Lined into left field, coming on Sanchez. He'll play it on a hop. So a leadoff single for Goldschmidt. We told you Jashinsky behind the plate. We'll take a look at the umpire scouting report brought to you by your local Kia dealers. He's neutral. Second big league season. He's had 23 pitches challenged, 11 overturned, and it's just his 10th major league game behind home plate. And there's the rest of the crew. So Goldschmidt on, and here's Ben Rice. A strike. Now Corbin, one of 5 active pitchers with 2,000 career innings. The other ones, Verlander, Scherzer, Chris Sale, and Jose Quintana. His teammate Kevin Gausman pitched so well yesterday. He's 2 innings away. And the Yankees hope that Garrett Cole can add to that total because he's 24 away from 2,000 career innings. 1-2.
There was a time when we thought Patrick Corbin might be a Yankee when he was a free agent before he signed that big deal. Ended up in Washington.
Line drive. It's a base hit to left field. Goldschmidt will get to second. A single for Rice. So back-to-back singles. First and second. Nobody out for Dominguez.
A very nice approach from Ben Rice. You got to wait and see if that slider is going to be there, and then if you do get a fastball, you still have time to react.
Sanchez thought about getting the force at second, but Goldschmidt got there ahead. So here's Dominguez batting from the right side. Now, he's always struggled from the right side, but Aaron Boone does not think it's a structural flaw. He said he's a natural right-handed hitter, but because of COVID and the injuries, he has not had a lot of at-bats in the minors. And when you have limited bats, you're going to have limited bats against left-handed pitching. He thinks he's going to be fine right-handed at some point. And in the minors this year, 26 at-bats against left-handed pitching. He's 10 for 23 with 3 walks. Cody Bellinger on deck. Swing and a miss on the change, and Dominguez down on strikes.
Another look. Really well located changeup down and away.
Bellinger, a .325 hitter against left-handed pitching since the beginning of last year. That's best in the majors. And there's a strike. You know, the contract that David spoke about wrapped up in 2024 is a 6-year, $140 million contract. First year was terrific, but after that, kind of downhill. He actually pitched in relief in Game 7 of the World Series and was the winning pitcher. Scoreless innings in the 6th, 7th, and 8th inning as the Nationals rallied from 2-0 down to take a 4-2 lead. And if you ask the Nationals, that was probably worth $140 million right there, even though the final 5 years he struggled. You want to win a championship. Two. Center field. Lucas is there. 2 down. And here is Ahmed Rosario playing third base today. Goldschmidt's at second and Rice is at first. Left field. Sanchez back on the track. Makes the play in front of the wall. And Corbin works around the 2 singles. Yankees strand 2. And the Blue Jays coming to bat.
Sabe mejor.
Heading towards Skydome, where we go to the bottom of the 1st inning. Will Warren on the mound. This is the Blue Jay lineup that he's going to face. George Springer will lead off in DH. Nathan Lucas in center. Alejandro Kirk will catch and hit third. Hits well against the Yankees. See his numbers since 2024. Pinago, Okamoto, and Sanchez. That's the middle of the order. Clement, Schneider, and Charles McAdoo. It's the bottom third.
And indeed, Will Warren going to make his 14th start of the year. The record is great. The numbers across the board are really good. And let's tell you a little bit more in our Nissan Pitchers Scouting Report for Will Warren. And where the streets have no name, I mean, I'm running out of expressions to sort of describe his fastball. It's so deceptive. That four-seam, two-seam action, it jumps on hitters. A lot of called third strikes all the way up. When you look at his numbers, he's a candidate to make the All-Star team. So a big finish here in June, and he could be very well on that American League All-Star team. And I think the difference is the great Sam Cooke song, "A Change Is Gonna Come." Well, his changeup is getting better and better every start.
And he deals to Springer. 0-1. Vlad Guerrero out for the second straight game. Tweaked his back on Friday night. 0-2. Fouled away. Around the ballpark, looks like another sellout crowd here at Rogers Center, so 3 in a row for the Yankees and the Blue Jays.
So Yogi line in there, right? Deja vu all over again?
Line drive, right field. It's a base hit in front of Dominguez. Doesn't matter what Springer's numbers are against the Yankees, he hits. Take a look at the Yankee defense, brought to you by your local Tri-State Genesis retailers, and we take a closer look at the left fielder Max Schumann, Carson Field defensive player profile. 9th career start in left field, 2nd this season. So Springer's on. Here's Lucas. 1 for 8 in the first 2 games. Did he go? Yes, he did, said Ramon De Jesus.
Maybe not next year.
Another check swing. And you see on the upper right-hand corner of your screen, yes, it's celebrating its 25th season broadcasting Yankee baseball. And you see on the right sleeve of the Blue Jays is the 50th season of Blue Jay baseball. Chasing Springer back. Want to take the time to congratulate the New York Knicks. They beat the San Antonio Spurs in 5 games, breaking a streak of 53 years without a title since 1973. They played great. Jalen Brunson, the MVP. Just an unbelievable playoff run for them. Congratulations to the entire organization. We're teammates with them on the Gotham Sports app and couldn't be happier. There they are. And the owner, James Dolan, in the middle of it. Had a great line on the podium. He said, "I'm sorry, New York, it took so much time. I hope the next one doesn't take that long."
And Michael, there was a buzz in the Yankees clubhouse this morning. Garrett Cole walked in wearing a New York Knicks shirt. Anthony Volpe walked on the bus, and guys in the back were congratulating him on the win. When I went to Volpe and asked him where he watched it, he said just in his hotel room with some family, but said when they were losing early on, he wasn't sure that they were going to be able to get the job done. Then looked at me and said, typical Knicks fan, right? But they got it done, and he could not have been more excited. That sentiment shared from a lot of guys in that clubhouse, watching them win and watching the city go crazy afterwards. Michael.
And Aaron Boone has kind of, over the years, gotten a relationship with a lot of the Knicks players, and one of the first things he did was text to Karl Anthony Towns, congratulations. But just, David, an incredible run, just unbelievable.
A relentless team. I think the nature of that team.
Ground ball first base. There's 1. Warren covering. There's 2. 3-6-1 DP.
I think when you have a team like that, it really captures the hearts of a city. And Warren's a fantastic athlete. I mean, that's not the easiest of plays, and he's right where he needs to be in plenty of time.
There's Alejandro Kirk. He didn't play in yesterday's game. Came back after a 62-game absence with a left thumb fracture on Friday. Had 3 hits and a walk. And the Knicks are going to have a ticker tape parade on Thursday. And you took part in 4 of them with the Yankees. It's pretty special.
Yeah, there's nothing like it. You never forget that experience. And that city, New York City, is going to turn out for the Knicks like we haven't seen in a long time. That will be a ticker tape parade for the ages.
You know, 96 was so special because nobody had ever, taken part in one. But 98, the fun part was seeing the guys who weren't there in 96 and their faces when they went down the Canyon of Heroes. It's really indescribable. It really is. And there's a strike to Kirk.
Yeah, it's a great moment to share with your family. All the hard work.
Your dad was on a float with you, right?
The 98 parade, I had my father right beside me on the float. Still the best memory of all those years for me.
And Kirk on again as he works a walk against Warren. Combined Yankee and Nick colors. Little early afternoon brewski. There's Pinago. Fouled away. Blue Jays at 34-37. You would say, well, that's going to hurt them in their playoff chase. Just a game and a half out of the wild card. Now, while many people were watching the Knicks game last night, the Rays lost again. So the Yankees have moved into first place in the American League East for the first time since May 8th. Blue Jays have had 12 losses in the last 18 games. So those are the standings.
You get the feeling that the Blue Jays and the Orioles really are going to play better. And, even the Red Sox to a certain extent, that the American League East has underachieved a bit on the bottom end, and that may reverse itself. I think the surprise of so far the first half of the season was the National League Central, how well they played top to bottom.
Spins out of the way of that one, 2-2.
Today's game with the expanded playoff format, just don't get too far below 500. You get to the halfway point, you get to the 100 game point. If you're around 500, you're in it.
And especially in the American League this year. The American League is having a down year. A lot of teams struggling, so that third wild card is very forgiving.
Going to make for an interesting trade deadline, too, as teams are still in it, trying to decide buyers or sellers.
So 3-2, so Kirk will go, 3-2, 2 outs. Goldschmidt was not holding Kirk anyway. Now playing a little bit more behind him. Runner goes. Foul back. Well, they're making Warren work. 23 pitches so far here in the first inning. Blue Jays are 21-17 here at Rogers Center, and they're 10-12 against the American League. Yankees and the Blue Jays have split the first 6 games they've played. Sanchez couldn't hold on to the foul ball. Still 3-2. Three-two, up the middle. Volpe fields, spins, fires, got him. Nice play by Anthony Volpe to get Pinago to end the inning. No runs a hit, no errors, and 1 man left on base. Ranging to the glove side on the second base side, and then he fires a strike to Goldschmidt to end the inning.
Land we share. Real progress begins with...
We'll lead off the second inning. Let's check out one of today's player props brought to you by Bet365, where winning is everything. Plus 700 for Jose to hit 1 or more home runs in this game. Had a rough day yesterday with 4 strikeouts. Hitting .259, playing second base for the first time this season for the Yanks. And a strike. You know, interesting about yesterday's game, the home run by Goldschmidt came in the 9th inning against Varlin. It's the 6th time the Yankees have scored a run, a winning run in the 9th inning or later. That's pretty impressive. Many teams don't do it once during a season. They've done it 6 times already.
And Goldschmidt taking advantage of a hanging curveball from Louis Varland, who has been lights out. Extremely impressive.
You know what, David? It's funny. I asked him about that after the game, and he said he knew he had not given up a run in quite some time. He thought to himself as he stepped into the batter's box, why not this time? Why not me? He throws him a hanger, and he obviously did not miss it. Now, when I was talking to Jason Dominguez after the game, I asked him about Goldschmidt and what he has meant to this team, and he said, we call him Young Goldie. He can still get it done out there. When I asked Goldschmidt about the nickname, he said, they can call me whatever they want. I love being on this team so much. That's part of the reason I came back. We're a tight-knit group. That's what makes moments like that so special, when you're able to get it done for your teammates.
And when you're one of the older guys on the team and you do something like this, it gets everybody's attention. But Ben Rice had a great story the other day that you know, he kids Goldschmidt about his age, and when they're all out to dinner, he'll turn to Goldschmidt and say, Dad, can I have dessert? So he gives him the yay or the nay.
Love it. That's the part I miss the most, is that kind of banter. Day in and day out.
Schumann rips one to left field. Sanchez backing up. It's going to be over his head, up against the wall ball. He played that nicely. Going for 2 is Schumann, and he's in there with a double. You can't play that better than Sanchez played it. He made Schumann earn that double.
Indeed he did. And Schumann, very decisive base running and some good speed, because he kind of outran this. This throw's on the money. You can see right here, as he rounds it, you have to be decisive. You got to go, and then he turns it on. Closes the gap underneath the throw.
Third hit for the Yanks. And the pitch to Volpe is low and away, 1-0. First 10 games, Anthony hit .281. Last 11 games, hitting .114. Did get a big hit, though, in Cleveland.
Yeah, heck of a play to end last inning, too, ranging up the middle.
Let's check out that play, the Allstate Good Hands replay.
Well, that's a lot of range and staying on your feet and wheeling and dealing. Styling and profiling.
Channeling Clyde there.
Did you see Clyde's outfit?
Yes.
That was great, wasn't it? Especially colorful. He's the best.
Line drive, it's a base hit to center field. Schumann rounds third, he's coming home. The throw is cut off. Volpe with an RBI single, and the Yankees lead 1-0.
Another look. Fastball up and out over the plate, and a really level swing right on the screws. Square contact. RBI knock.
There's Ali Sanchez. Sanchez 0 for 7 with a walk with the Yanks.
Hey, the more you watch Schumann play, the more you see the kind of value he can bring to a team. All the different positions he plays. He's got some speed, showed some wheels right there. If he can bang some lefties like that, he's a really useful utility player.
Ripped into left center field. It's a base hit for Sanchez, and it splits the outfielders and goes to the wall. Volpe rounds third. He's coming home. No throw. He'll score. RBI double for Sanchez. And the Yankees lead 2-0.
Another pitch right down the chute. Sanchez drills it in the gap. And Volpe going to score from first on a double. Everything's in front of them. Easy to read that one.
Sanchez first hit is a Yankee first RBI, and Volpe with a good inning. The play up the middle and the RBI single and scoring a run. Two and 0 on Goldschmidt, single to open up the game in the first inning. Good numbers against Corbin. 9 for 17.
Corbin knows that as well. Not going to give in to Goldschmidt here.
Corbin's spot in this rotation is somewhat in jeopardy. Dylan Cease and Max Scherzer came off the IL this week. Shane Bieber expected to make only one more rehab start this week before rejoining the rotation, and that could force Corbin out of the rotation. Ground ball and a nice diving stop by Okamoto. He bobbles, has no play, and that allows Goldschmidt to reach, but the play did force Sanchez to stay at second.
Coming right at you, right down the line. Nice stop. But at that point, no chance. He would have had to glove it cleanly and pop up and throw a bullet. But he does save a double down the line. That ball had some weird spin on it. Almost bounced back towards him.
So Kirk goes out and talks with him, and there's some movement in the Blue Jays bullpen. I guess we shouldn't be surprised, David, the Yankees are scoring here because they score a lot for Warren. 9.44 run support per 9 innings pitched.
7-1 record goes hand in hand with that, along with good pitching.
Yankees have 6 hits so far against Corbin. 0-1 on Rice. Corbin, 36 years old, from Clay, New York. Clay is a suburb of Syracuse, and David mentioned earlier, big Yankee fan. Wears the number 46 for Pettit, but his favorite player was Tino Martinez. Strike. Did he go? Nope. 2-2. Corbin wanted that one.
I guess old school, you say didn't break his wrist.
Full count. First and second. Still 1 out. And Spencer Miles warming up. Check swing, foul ball. Swing and a miss. He gets Rice. 2-away.
Rice guarding against the slider and cutter gets beat on the fastball, up and in. Good pitch by Corbin.
There's Dominguez. He struck out in the first inning. Leash very short for Corbin right now with the bullpen up. Oh, 0-1. Struck him out on that change in the first inning. And he keeps going to it. 0-2.
Kind of a classic style, you know, when you're a veteran pitcher and you have a young guy in the box. Throw the slow stuff to the young guys. Throw the hard stuff to the old guys. That's been around for 100 years because guys that are older lose a little bat speed. Guys that are younger are very anxious.
Another change, this one way outside. Yeah, if you're going to throw that many in a row, each one has to be better than the previous. Tries to surprise him with the fastball inside. 2-2. Seems like he's setting him up for another change.
Absolutely. That's a fastball for show. Probably soft and away again.
Came back with a slider, 3-2.
That's always been Corbin's best pitch, that slider down and into lefties or righties.
Well, the runners will go. First and second, 3-2 count, 2 outs. High fly ball, left center. On the run is Lucas. He's there to make the play, and that'll do it. But what couple of half innings for Anthony Volpe. This ends the bottom of the first inning. Beautiful play up the middle, the 360 in the throw. And then he gets a base hit to drive in a run and scores one a little bit after that. The Yankees take the field. It has been fun. It has been as advertised. Oh, a nice play by Ben Rice. Oh, what a play by McMahon. Grisham, and he makes the play.
Game, second game of his career. He did play a little bit in the minors when he was rehabbing. Though he didn't see a lot of action, guys, out there yesterday, he did say he did a ton of work when he was rehabbing in the minors. And for whatever reason, he feels much more comfortable out there than he did when he first started playing left field. He told me he wasn't sure if it was the angles or what, but he feels at ease out there in right field, and we likely will see him out there quite some time, although Aaron Boone did not rule out the possibility of using him in center occasionally. Now, guys, yesterday you mentioned, Coney, in the open that he hit that home run off of Kevin Gausman. Well, he almost didn't have his bats to do so. He was a little later here getting to the ballpark than he had hoped because he was waiting for his bats to come off the plane. He was at the baggage claim that they told him to go to, and they weren't there. He went to somebody to ask them where they were. He went to a different baggage claim and then finally found them and was able to get here to the ballpark, take a few swings in the cage, eventually hit that homer in the fourth. But he said a couple espressos and a Red Bull. He was ready to go yesterday and made his presence known early in that game.
Well, he lived the life of every traveler. Go to different carousels for your luggage.
Could have used Aaron Judge's bat. It works for Jazz.
Yeah. Line drive, and it's a base hit past a lunging Rosario and into the corner. Schumann plays it out there, and Okamoto, who's had a good series, picks up an inning opening double.
Well, he's been a tough out for the Yankees. You can see if that's sort of a sweeper curveball, kind of took a seat and sat right there. Okamoto all over it.
Pretty good try by Rosario, just missed. And here's Jesus Sanchez. One and 0 count on Sanchez. Two and 0. Three and 0. Sanchez, 28, 7 big league season, played for Miami, Houston, and now Toronto. Turned him loose on 3-0, and he fouled it away. There's that guy, Ernie Clement. Three and 2. Blue Jays got him from the Astros in February, trading the youngster Joey Loperfido to Houston. And he works a walk. Second walk issued by Warren. First and second, nobody out for Toronto. Warren struggled a bit in his last start. That was June 8th at Cleveland. 4 1/3, 4 hits, 3 runs, 2 walks, and 5 strikeouts. Ten starts this year. He's allowed 2 runs or fewer. Amongst the league leaders, the league leader is Cam Schlittler with 13 such starts.
Well, these are the situations we've seen improvement from this year over last year from Will Warren. The innings can kind of get away from him when he gets into a jam.
High fly ball left field. Schumann. 1 out.
And that just comes from experience and reps. He's much more composed this year. First and second, nobody out. Jumps ahead, makes a good pitch there. Now you got 1 out. Now you're a ground ball from getting out of it. Potential double play. Sometimes as a young pitcher, you think you have to be really perfect in these situations. You start trying to get a little too fine, and you can pitch yourself into trouble.
So Davis Schneider walks to the plate to the strains of Pink Pony Club. Big
Down,
Chapel Roan fan.
down on West Hollywood Boulevard? Is that what?
Yeah.
In the song? Yeah. Down in West Hollywood? See, now I got you doing the music thing.
Yeah. I'd like to see one of the pitching scouting reports be Pink Pony Club. I wonder what you do with that.
I can work that in. I'll put it on the list.
Oh, strike. 1-1 on Schneider. A lot was expected of Schneider, and he's really struggled, hitting 123. 2 for his last 18. They sent him down to Buffalo for 14 games, try to straighten him out. So far has not worked. A lot of swing and miss. 1-2. "14 games in Buffalo, he hit 188. His on-base percentage was .550. He had 24 walks. Three and two.
Kind of interested to see the dynamic between pitcher and catcher today. Warren and Sanchez haven't worked all that much together.
And he walks Schneider to load the bases, and it's going to be challenged by Sanchez.
Challenging the block call.
ABS challenged by T-Mobile. Let's take a look. Nope.
The call's confirmed. The pitch is the ball. New York has 1 challenge remaining.
Yanks lose one of their 2 challenges, and Matt Blake comes out to the mound. Aaron Boone and I had a spirited discussion about my criticism of Jazz Chisholm challenging on 3-0. I said I didn't quite get it. He goes, that's a great count to challenge on. He said, because it puts you on first base if you're right. He goes, I'm not saying that challenge was great because it was right down the middle, but he had no problem with the challenge on 3-0. And I said, I could see if it was the third strike to challenge, and we both dug in and disagreed with each other.
Yes. A couple other things, too, we can discuss as the broadcast goes on.
Okamoto, Sanchez, and Schneider, third to first. And McAdoo lofts it to right field. Dominguez makes the catch, tagging Okamoto. Here's the throw, and he's going to be held up. Came all the way to Sanchez, and Okamoto just bluffed. Wasn't deep enough.
Yeah, it is, and then he's got all the momentum moving towards home, and Jason Dominguez has got a good arm. You can see he's just going to throw it easily there all the way in the fly.
So here is the pesky George Springer. Single right in the first inning. 1-0. The other way and out of play. One and one on the veteran Springer. Now 1-2. About to throw his 50th pitch, 2 outs into the second inning. The Yankees do have an off day tomorrow, then start a 3-game set against the White Sox at the stadium on Tuesday night. Lays off that breaking ball, 2-2. Ground ball. Volpe flips to second. They get the force, and that'll do it. So Warren works into and out of trouble as the Blue Jays leave the bases loaded. The Yankees Baseball on Yes is brought to you in part by the New York Lottery. Play today and start imagining your win. By Nissan. Hop into a Nissan Rogue and hit the road to adventure. Shop NissanUSA.com. And by Sage, proud accounting software provider of the New York Yankees. The left-hander, Jalen Brunson, the MVP of the NBA Finals. Over the years, last couple of years, some of the Knicks that have thrown out first pitches at the stadium. Cody Bellinger leads off the third, swings at the first pitch and fouls it away.
Those Knicks guys, you know, Brunson and Hart, they may not realize it now, but 30 years from now, they're going to be invited back. There's going to be an anniversary well into the future that will never be forgotten.
Ground ball, second base.
What was your line? Part of forever now.
Yeah.
They are part of forever.
And I've heard, you know, you've told me this, and all the guys from the 96, 98, 99 teams and 2000, that's something you guys share that nobody else can really infringe upon. And when you get together, you kind of pick up right where you left off.
Absolutely.
All the stories come back.
Everything. You've seen it here with the Blue Jays of the 92, 93 teams when they get together. Certainly the 90s Yankees.
And Josh Hart, there's a connection to the Yankees. He's a great nephew of the great Elston Howard. Now, he tweeted out this morning, he goes, okay, I guess it's time for golf. Anybody have a good club in New York that I could play at? I think he's going to have a lot of offers. One and two.
The key to the city is in order.
Scooped into left field. Sanchez will leap and makes the play.
Well, Rosario's had a couple of good swings, and this one gets snatched. First at bat just missed a fly ball home run. Just a little in front of a changeup. That one a bullet, robbed by Sanchez.
Two and one. Rip foul. Count is full. Yankees lead 2-0. RBI single by Volpe, RBI double by Sanchez in the second inning against Corbin.
Kind of classic Corbin style, trying to disrupt timing, get hitters out in front, nothing overpowering. His best feature is his durability now, as we mentioned before. I mean, every 5 days, he's ready. And you have to give him credit, because some of those Washington Nationals years were pretty lean. He was really up against it. Had a 6.5 ERA one year, still made 31 starts in the middle of that big contract. Never complained, kept plugging, still out there.
Caballero battling.
You know, as you said, Michael, maybe not long for the rotation here. But durability is a skill set. It's hard to find nowadays. In a game of maximum effort and maximum power, you see a lot of injuries. So somebody who could take the ball and not get injured is a pretty valuable commodity.
Swing and a miss. He strikes out Caballero, and he bounces back with a 1-2-3 inning. We'll go to the bottom of the third. And mention yes in pictures you post to social media to reflect your love for the Bronx Bombers. We might spotlight you in a future game. Lucas will lead off against Warren. Warren's thrown 25 pitches in each of the first 2 innings, so he has to get some quick outs. Pitches you throw early, you cannot throw in the 6th and 7th innings. Up the middle, Caballero flips to first, and Goldschmidt can't come up with the scoop.
Very unusual. We usually see Goldschmidt just lock these up, generally speaking, and that one maybe a little bit of a changeup. Looked like he was out in front of the scoop a bit. Sometimes it just doesn't get there as quick. As you see, his glove comes up above it, anticipating maybe a little harder throw.
And a strike to Kirk. Fouled away. Well, scored a base hit.
Home cooking.
And that's a base hit through the right side for Kirk. Yankees can't get him out. First and second, nobody out. 4 for 4 with 2 walks against the Yankees in 2 games.
Hacking and slashing. Two-seamer and he inside outs it. Shoots it the other way. Classic Kirk style. Doesn't try to pull it. Stays behind the ball. After their World Series run last year, it seems like this guy's more of a fan favorite than just about anybody on the roster right now.
Here's Yohendrick Pinago. Grounded short in the first. First and second, nobody out. One and 0. Chop foul.
Back-to-back changeups there from Will Warren, and in this situation, if set up properly, is his best chance to get a rollover and a ground ball double play with that particular pitch against this particular hitter. Now, after throwing back-to-back ones, maybe he'll go somewhere else, but the ball in play, you'd like it to be down and soft. Good take there by Pinago. 3 straight changeups.
Let's see if they turn 2. There's 1, and there's 2. A big double play for Will Warren. Moving to third is Lucas.
Just well-designed sequence of pitches from Warren and Sanchez, and athletically done by Caballero. Keep it coming, don't stop, on the move, jump throw. A la Derek Jeter back in the day. Different position, Will Warren loves it. Good sinker there to keep him on the ground.
And the pitch to Okamoto is a strike. Yankees controlled them in a big way in the 4-game set in May at Yankee Stadium. It was 1 for 16 with 9 strikeouts, but he made adjustments, and he's been much better in this series. A couple of home runs, a double he hit in the 2nd inning.
The home run he hit off of Schlittler yesterday was impressive. You know, we talk about the 5th deck homer in the first game. So you see Miles going to heat up as well. That was a decent pitch from Schlittler. A 2-seamer up and in, running in on him, and Okamoto just cleared him out and hit a line drive right down the line over the wall. Was not a bad pitch.
His 15 home runs leads the Blue Jays, so their 4-year, $60 million contract they signed with him looks pretty good right now. They lost Bo Bichette to free agency. They bring in Okamoto. Ground ball, fielded there by Rosario across the diamond, and it gets by Goldschmidt. A run will score, and the ball bounces into the camera well, so Okamoto will reach second, and the Blue Jays have a run. It's 2-1.
Well, it's the right idea by Rosario. When you're down the line, you can use the turf and one hop it. The problem is it's wide right. thought you were out of it. Now you got to go back to work. Another shot here down the line. Okamoto reaching for it. You got time. If you just get that one hopper on the line, Goldschmidt's got to give up on it because it's right into the runner.
So that's a base hit and an E5. So get an RBI. Two 2-0.
Warren already approaching 70 pitches here in the third. And I've been there, I've done that. That takes something out of you.
Popped up. Rosario makes the play to end the inning. 1 run, 3 hits, 1 error, and 1 man left. We played.
Kids are in the right seat at NHTSA.gov/the right seat.
Make your favorite players all-stars. Scan the QR code to cast your 2026 Konami eBaseball MLB All-Star Ballot daily or visit MLB.com/vote. We go to the 4th inning, 2-1 game, Yankees lead. Max Schumann will lead off. Corbin's still in there, and he couldn't hold up on the breaking ball 0-1. Popped up behind the plate. Kirk is there. Kirk puts it away.
Good start to Volpe this game. Good defense. Big knock. You know, I didn't get a chance to go down there and talk to Aaron Boone. I know you did, Michael, and you mentioned, you know, about the Jazz challenge on the 3-0 call and the debate, and also the debate about Volpe's base running yesterday.
In front of the plate, Kirk. 2 outs.
You know, I had mentioned that I thought maybe he lost the number of outs because he hesitated here, and Aaron Boone said, no, this is the right read because the first baseman could have knocked it down. So, and rather than pick up the third baseman and just keep going with 2 outs, Aaron Boone defended that, and I stand corrected. He thought that was really good base running. I thought, you know, I was critical of it, so certainly Aaron Boone knows better than me. He ran the bases more than I did. But he thought that was the right move because the first baseman could have deflected that. It could have been on the infield, and then Anthony could have been easily thrown out if he just would have continued to third without looking.
And I think the thing that he was amplifying was he didn't forget how many outs there were. He actually did the right thing to slow down there to see where the ball was. He just wanted people to know he didn't come in there and forget how many outs there were.
Yes, so I stand corrected.
One and one. How about that? Sanchez 2 for 2 as he laces a single to right field.
Very nice approach. Inside out. First at bat, he drills a double in the left center gap. This time, shoots it to right.
I think that's going to knock Corbin out of the game. Miles has been warming up, so here comes Miles. There goes Corbin. Yankees lead 2-1, runner on first.
Exclusively at your Tri-State Genesis retailers.
Well, play FanDuel's Daily Dinger for free every day for a chance at a profit boost if your selected player hits a home run. And here are the featured home run odds for today's players. Paul Goldschmidt plus 1,200. Ben Rice plus 600. Boy, it's a miserable day outside. First 2 days here in Toronto were gorgeous, but I really appreciate a roof like this on a day like this because we'd be in a rain delay.
Yeah, that's the first thing I thought this morning when I saw the rain. I'm like, oh, I almost forgot. Hey, we could close the roof.
Here's Spencer Miles. And a strike. Miles, 25 years old, made his major league debut on March 28th. High fly ball, deep right center. Who's going to get it? It'll be the center fielder Lucas for the final out. No runs a hit. Now 1 man left on base. We go to the bottom of the
workers. Thank you, Governor Hochul.
Let's put it in sport mode.
Loaded with features for everyone. How it should be. The Hyundai Elantra.
Right now, lease a Hyundai Elantra SE for $119 a month or get $2,000 customer cash. Hurry in.
Time for the Powerball Double Play. Double your play with Powerball Double Play for just $1 more. Try it today. New York Lottery. Can you imagine?
Both of them very well done. Will Warren getting the ground ball when you need it.
So it's been a labor so far for Will Warren. Gave up a run in the 3rd inning. Blue Jays stranded, the bases loaded in the 2nd, left the runner on base in the 1st. Cadillac scoreboard, 2-1 Yankees. And there's a strike to Ernie Clement. Line into right field. This guy's a hitting machine. Leadoff single for Clement.
Back-to-back sinkers to start off this at bat. First one he took, this one he didn't. This is what you call staying inside the baseball. And he can do it.
That's his 84th hit of the year. Coming into today's action, Yordan Alvarez led the American League with 84 hits, so not quite sure if he has one today. Sanchez is going to challenge that. Yankees only have one challenge remaining. You got it right.
Also turn the pitch to strike.
So Snyder ends up striking out looking.
A good way to endear yourself to your pitcher. Two-seamer sinking. Boy, that is, wow. As close as you can get almost. Really good pitch.
Keeping Clement close. McAdoo starting his 2nd straight game at first base with Vlad Guerrero out with a tweaked back that he suffered on a swing Friday night. Verizon reliable performance on Will Warren. Called strikeouts. Will Warren's the king. Since last season, 88. Gray and Flaherty second with 79. 0-2 on McAdoo. 1-2. And the pitch. Well, when McAdoo was called up, he had to sign his contract. John Snyder, the manager, handed him a pen, but Charles pulled out a lightsaber pen and used that one. Huge Star Wars fan. And then hit his first Major League home run on Star Wars night at Camden Yards, so it all came together. Have you ever watched Star Wars?
I have.
I've never seen one frame of it.
Not really one frame?
Any of it. I know Ryan Rucco is a huge Star Wars
Huge.
fan.
Why, he ongoing, all the spin-offs.
Ground it and backhand it nicely by Rosario, but there's no play. And it was a foul ball nonetheless.
Well, this place, when it opened, was kind of like Star Wars, the Sky Dome. This was an incredible building when it first opened, way back in the early 90s, I believe, late 80s, early 90s. It was the place to be, and all of a sudden it looks like it's the place to be again.
And they reimagined it and did a lot of refurbishing. Took out about 7,000 seats. So they go from a capacity of 50,000 to about 43 now.
First time I walked into this building, I was in awe. Actually, the first time I was here, I never left. I actually stayed here at Sky Dome in one of the hotel rooms.
Did your room overlook the field?
No, those are the high dollar ones.
Okay.
I was in the back.
Because when there's something going on in the field, you were in uniform anyway.
I was in uniform anyway. My room overlooked railroad tracks.
So they had a good getaway plan.
That's it.
McAdoo has really been getting Warren to work hard. A lot of foul balls, even in the first at bat. This will be the 10th pitch coming up.
He's had a hard time negotiating his sweeper to finish off right-handed batters.
Pitch count climbing. He's at 83. Still just one out.
Fastball's been its usual self. Changeup's been good at times.
Fifth full count. Runner goes. Another foul ball. Boy, they did this really fast. In no time it was built. They used to play at the old exhibition stadium, which is on the water, and boy, was that cold. That was an outdoor ballpark, and they moved into a Sky Dome in the middle of a season.
Looks like something from a Star Wars movie. Sanchez calls timeout, wants to talk about it. Important point here, right here, a 3-2 pitch for Will Warren. You look at the pitch sequence. Pitch number 12 about to be delivered. Let's get this one right. Kind of looks like Bob McAdoo was his uncle, or is that what it? Yeah.
His cousin.
His cousin.
Yeah.
Kind of looks like the facial features a little bit. You know.
Big separation in age, but they do say he's first cousins. Runner goes again. Warren looks like he's going to win that battle. Here comes Dominguez on the run. Puts it away. 2 outs.
And once again, it's Warren's combination of fastballs that saves him. Showed McAdoo a bunch of sinkers, showed him a changeup, and then went four-seamer and beat him and got the pop-up. It's the value of having 2 different kinds of fastballs.
And what we've seen from the Blue Jays the last 2 years, David, they put the ball in play. They foul balls off all the time, build up pitch count. That's part of their game plan. And they're doing that right now with Warren. Strike. Well, I think they'd be thrilled if they could get a 5th inning out of him. He's at 86 right now, here in the bottom of the 4th. Miss low, 1-1. One and two. Springer in the last year of his 6-year, $150 million deal that he had signed with Toronto. Many people think this could be it for him with the Blue Jays, and you know, the whispers grew louder. He just sold his home here in Toronto for $6 million, so maybe he doesn't come back. Or maybe he does come back and just live somewhere else. 2-2. Past a diving Volpe into left field for base hit. And that'll bring up Lucas. A lot of traffic on the bases for the Blue Jays today.
Just on by a diving Volpe.
And a strike on the outside corner. Backdoor breaking ball. Blue Jays 1 for 6 this afternoon with runners in scoring position. Up the middle and through for a base hit. Clement will score. Springer moves to third. The throw gets by Rosario. And the runners stay put at second and third. The game is tied at 2. Yankees got a fortunate bounce back on the ball that got by Rosario. Otherwise, Springer would have scored.
Well, another look. As you see, this is a 2-seam fastball that's running away. And good play coverage to shoot that right back up the box. And Volpe's diving all over the place, trying to make plays. And Bellinger, a little bit of a double clutch, thinks he's got a shot. And you are right, Michael. Not only did the Yankees catch a break there on the ricochet, but because of that, now you got second and third. Because the guy who hit the single's now on second base. And Warren's right where he's supposed to be.
So Matt Blake talks with Warren and the hang with him against Alejandro Kirk. And a strike to Kirk. A walk and a single for the Blue Jays catcher. 2-2 game, second and third. 2 men out here in the bottom of the fourth inning. Quickly 0-2.
Probably one way or another, this will be Warren's last hitter on the day. Pitch number 96 about to be delivered to Alejandro Kirk.
Strike 3, and Kirk is challenging.
Batter is challenging the strike call.
And he got it right. So from strike 3, we go to 1 and 2.
Just seems like everything he hits is off the barrel of his bat, even if it's foul. Talk about hand-eye coordination, the ability to make square contact.
Ground ball, Volpe. And that'll do it. 1 run, 3 hits, 2 men left. We go to the 5th, tied at 2.
Let's go places.
It's time for pitching decisions presented by Sage.
Tough spot in the game. Will Warren right after him. 0-1. Sweeper fouled off. Oh, he thought he had him. No, he didn't. Up and away, hammered foul. Right there, right after him. Again, Warren with the fastballs saves him. The combination of 4-seam, 2-seam, it's where the streets have no name. Nobody can pick it up. They're late on it or they pound it in the ground. So that's a 1-2 punch that served him well.
You could certainly sympathize walking off the field talking to himself. That job will make you talk to yourself. Rice swings and misses.
Yeah, I told you the line that the great Tom Hinkie told me after blowing a save in the World Series was, I bent but I didn't break. And you could put that in the category for Will Warren today. Had a couple spots where he could have broke, but he didn't. He made some big pitches when he had to, even though it's only 4 innings. It's a 2-2 game.
One and 2. Warren is not happy. 98 pitches for 4 innings.
Yep, it's not what he had in mind. I love the fire.
Two and 2. Swing and a miss. Rice down on strikes.
Well, we could see the spin on that breaking ball. Good depth as Rice is over the top.
Here's Dominguez, spins around to the left side against the righty Miles. Ground ball second base, Schneider. 2 outs.
That's my default mode in trying to describe breaking balls. That Denny Matthews, great radio broadcaster for the Royals for years. That's how he, whether it was a slider or a curveball, it was a breaking ball. In today's game with sweepers and cutters and sliders. And when in doubt, breaking ball.
It's a safe way to go. Bellinger swings through.
Or wrinkle. Wrinkle's a good one too. Threw him a wrinkle right there.
So you grew up listening to Denny, and then he broadcasted your games.
He did.
And he's still there.
He's still there. Does home games only. It was Denny Matthews and Fred White for years. That was my childhood. Transistor radio under the pillow. Listen to the games.
Ground ball. Fielded by McAdoo. Flips to Miles. And a 1-2-3 inning as Yankees go down in order. We're halfway through. It's 2-2.
Org.
It's time to name that Yankee. Brought to you by Prevagen, made for your brain. You have any idea, David?
Couldn't get to 200 wins?
Well, don't knock the guy. That's a good career he had.
Close but no cigar.
We'll see if anybody doesn't get that. Well, now I know that next weekend against the Reds, what one of the name that Yankees going to be.
Yes, there you go.
Tim Hill comes on, and Pinago fouls it away.
Looks like a guy who wears out his welcome to me.
Now, do you have all? Does that guy have all the uniforms?
No, nothing.
Chopped over the middle. Volpe. One out. There's Okamoto. Missed outside. Two and 0. Right side, out of play. In the bottom of the fifth inning of a 2-2 game, rubber game of a 3-game set. Blue Jays won 8-5 on Friday. Yankees won 3-1 yesterday. 2-2. These two teams have played close games. So that we mentioned earlier they've played 6 games and it's 3-3. And all 6 games have been decided by a total of 10 runs. So all the games have been decided by 3 runs or fewer. Popped up. Caballero makes the play. This is Okamoto taking batting practice from a tiny pitching machine from down under. Should have prepared him for Tim Hill.
From that distance, that thing's quick. It's getting there in a hurry.
And Sanchez takes a strike.
I just love watching Tim Hill's style. You know, I mean, just so few people throw like that. So limber, so loose. The way he bounces after he throws and the recoil. It was an old Joan Cone line to me on the mound. Loosey-goosey, David. Well, that's loosey-goosey right there.
And that got Sanchez.
I mean, it looks like he could wake up out of bed and do that. You know, 3 or 4 warm-up pitches, he's ready to go. Recore, watch the bounce at the end. Little hop, yeah.
One and two. Sanchez walked and fouled out to third. Bottom of the fifth, 2-2. Swing and a miss. Good inning for Tim Hill as he gets the Blue Jays in order. 1-2-3. Take
national offers at your local Audi dealer.
Hey everybody, Bob Lorenz with your Audi update. Dodgers and White Sox rubber match of a 3-game series in top of the first. That's Freddie Freeman off Brian Hudson. Laser beam out to right, his 11th of the year. Dodgers leading that one 1-0 in the fifth. White Sox come into this one having won 10 of 15, and of course they start a 3-game series in the Bronx against the Yankees on Tuesday, guys.
Well, thank you, Bob. And Davis Martin with a 2.41 ERA, second in the American League, will be Tuesday's probable starter against Cam Slitler. Tarek Skubal came back from elbow surgery. You see what he did in his first start, and this is a big blow for the Guardians. Jose Ramirez, their heart and soul, fractured left hamate bone, expected to require surgery. Big blow for them. So with Rosario due up, he's going to pinch hit, or he's going to get pinch hit for by Jazz Chisholm with the righty on the mound. And that'll be an easy maneuver for the Yankees. Jazz will play second, and Caballero will move from second to third. Unless they pinch hit for Caballero, who's on deck. Pitched against the Yankees on May 21st, 4 1/3 shutout innings as a post-opener long reliever. And Jazz pinch hitting has the count at 3-1.
How would that look on the baseball card, right? Bulk guy.
Bulk guy. And a walk, pinch hit walk for Jazz. Hey fans, when you get Gotham, you get live games and exclusive Yankees content. Download the Gotham Sports app to stream highlights, features, podcast, original series, and so much more. And if you get Yes on TV, then you get the Gotham Sports app for free. So download and sign in today. Keeping Jazz close.
This is sort of the part of the Yankees that is interesting with a different dynamic here. Caballero looking, Okamoto playing in. Nobody out. Jazz with speed on first. Multiple options here to get something going.
And Caballero again complaining that the pitcher is not engaging him with 8 seconds left. And the thing that really bothers Caballero about this, he should not have to look like the bad guy. The umpire should enforce that without Caballero saying, why do I have to say it? Again, it makes him look like the complainer or the irritant.
See, Caballero's, what I'm surmising here is Caballero is saying that even though I'm in the box, my head is down, I have till the 8-second point to acknowledge the pitcher. And that's the game Caballero plays. He gets in the box, continues to look down and wait until almost the 8-second point before he acknowledges the pitcher. That's what I'm guessing is going on here. Caballero saying he's within the rules. The umpires are starting to crack down. We saw it on the pitchers. Don't turn your back if you're a pitcher before you get the ball back. This is part of Caballero's routine.
Now, he's being very calm as he is describing what's going on to the umps, and in the past it does irritate him that this is not automatically addressed by the umpire before he has to bring it up.
Well, one suggestion I would have, if you're Jose Caballero, rather than get both feet in the box with your head down, maybe keep 1 foot out of the box and then get into your routine.
So Tom Payne, the second base ump, is the crew chief, so he's explaining it to Boone. Getting the crowd riled up.
The batter's been warned for intentionally delaying. If that happens again, it'll be a violation on the batter, not the pitcher.
That's exactly what happened.
And you're right, he should just keep 1 foot out. But he goes in the box and looks down.
And that's where the pitcher kind of gets fooled. It has to be acknowledged with his eyes. So Caballero wants to play, he could do this, just wait and play the clock. And now we're right at the 8-second point now.
He's taking all the way there. Took a strike.
Now, for Caballero, he's going to have to change his whole routine now. But one thing here with Jazz on first, he wants to wait to not allow the pitcher to have more seconds to freeze the runner at first. So now you're really helping Jazz Chisholm at first base. Now there's only 4 seconds to hold the ball. To me, that's the key. You're protected your base runner at first in this spot. See, he's looking down, and the pitcher's already set, and Caballero hasn't acknowledged him, but his feet are in the box. So that's what the contention is for the umpire. Once your feet are in the box, then you can't stall and keep looking down.
Pitch out, throw to first. Just got back with the left hand. Held the right hand back to avoid being tagged.
Pitch out, pick off. Well done by Kirk. And good slide back by Jazz.
Well, there have been 2 throws over by Miles, so he can't throw over again. If he does, he has to pick him off. Otherwise, it's a balk. But Kirk can throw behind him. There he goes. Had a good jump, but Caballero protecting the plate. Take a look at the league leaders, brought to you by your local Tri-State Buick dealers. Stolen base leaders in the American League. Bobby Witt leads. Jose Ramirez is going to be out for a while with 24. Rosarena 19, Jazz at 18, and Caballero at 15. And now Caballero calls time and has more to say to the home plate ump. It almost seems like Caballero is being hoisted by his own petard here, because that's a little weapon that he uses being in the box and looking down until the 8-second mark.
Exactly.
Runner goes. Pitch outside. Throw to second. Stolen base for Jazz Chisholm.
Big jump. Easily in there.
Now the ump had them reset the clock. Fouled away.
Looks like word has got around about, Caballero's routine in the box, and he was well within the rules, but obviously there's a different interpretation now, so he's gonna have to adjust. 8 seconds right now, again, as he just picks up.
Chop slowly right side. They get the out at first. Moving to third is Grisham.
The Yankees really have to cash in on a potential manufactured run here. Chisholm on first, steals second. Caballero gets him over. Now the Blue Jays infield comes all the way in, and it's on Schumann to come through.
Shows bunt, takes outside. Caballero still barking at the umps. Infielders in, 2-2 game, 6th inning. Schumann in the outfield with a right-hander on the mound. You could obviously go to Spencer Jones here, but they're sticking with Schumann. Right back to the pitcher, and they've got him in a rundown. And he gets tagged out, allowing Schumann to move to second. He got in the rundown long enough that Schumann could get into scoring position.
Well, that's exactly right. And you can see that off the end of the bat, Jazz is breaking right away, and then he gets in the rundown, uses his speed, directing traffic for Schumann. Mission accomplished. Now with 2 outs, you still have a runner in scoring position. Another look here. Going on contact. Now get in a hot box. And he does, and it works.
Keeping score at home, that's 1-2-5-1 to get Jazz coming home from third. Pete Walker comes out and has a conversation with Spencer Miles. So runner in scoring position for Anthony Volpe. One and 0. Volpe with an RBI single in the second and tapped one in front of the plate, thrown out by Kirk in the fourth. Line drive, it's a base hit to left field. Schumann rounds third. He's coming home. Here's the throw from Sanchez. It's not in time. Throw to second. Not in time. Another RBI single for Volpe, and the Yankees lead 3-2.
Little things matter. Jazz is getting in a rundown. Schumann in scoring position. Volpe jumping on a hanging breaking ball and a 2-out knock. The Yankees take the lead. Another look. Overthrows the cutoff man. Volpe's going to get to second now. Kirk tries to save it, too late.
Here's Sanchez. He's 2 for 2. Volpe with 2 ribbies today. Has 11 on the season. 0-2.
Such a game of redemption sometimes. Sanchez also a solid day today.
Breaking ball, strike 3. Sanchez down looking. But the Yankees get a run on one hit. One man left. We go to the bottom of the 6th. 3-2 Yanks.
Access to healthcare means everything. It means the chance to live a full life. Show up for the big moments, age with dignity, raise the next generation strong. So when Washington, D.C. ripped away healthcare from New Yorkers, everything was on the line. Governor Kathy Hochul fought back and worked day and night to protect access to healthcare for millions of New Yorkers. Thank you, Governor Hochul.
Early birds get the vacation rental. Book your summer stay early on Vrbo and save over $135. Vrbo. Book now and save.
Introducing B of A Rewards. Wherever your ambition.
Yankees Baseball on Yes is brought to you in part by Prime Day, coming June 23rd to the 26th. By your local Tri-State Genesis retailers. Learn more at genesis.com. And by Mohegan Sun, beyond your wildest. Montefiore Einstein scoreboard, bottom of the 6th inning, Yankees 3 and the Blue Jays 2. It's been a good day for Anthony Volpe with a couple of RBI singles. Nice play behind second base as well. Jake Bird will take over. So Chisholm takes over at second. Caballero moves to third. Clement takes a strike. Two and one. Clement 1 for 2 with a run scored. His run tied the game at 2, but the Yankees now lead 3-2. Fly ball, shallow right, coming on Dominguez. One down. Check out the injury report brought to you by Montefiore Einstein, the official hospital of the New York Yankees. Austin Wells will play a minor league rehab game this week. He's on the 10-day IL since May 6th with cervical headaches. Up and in the Schneider 1-0. So it's a bullpen game for both teams. Warren lasted just 4 innings. And Corbin's outing shorter than that. Driven to center field and deep. Bellinger back. On the track. Turning. Looking. See ya. Over the center field wall. A home run for Schneider. Tied at 3. Had a rough year, but that's his second home run. Big one.
Yeah, a 1-0 sinker that is really right down the pipe. And dead central.
And a strike. And down goes McAdoo, 2 away. And back to the top of the order, and George Springer. Fouled straight back. Check out the Yankees bullpen budget, brought to you by Citizens. Make sense of your money with Citizens. Bednar and Cruz worked yesterday. I'd say Cruz would be the only one not used today. One and one. Brent Hedrick getting ready. Right field, Dominguez puts it away, and that'll do it. But Snyder's home run is tied the game at 3 as we head to the 7th. The Yankees take the field. It has been fun.
Because of that hot box, that was the 3rd run.
Ford scoreboard 3-3. Blue Jays 9 hits, Yankees 8. Top of the order for the Yankees, starting with Goldschmidt. Miles still in there. Goldschmidt, 2 more hits today. Let's take a look and congratulate Paul Goldschmidt on being voted the Montefiore Einstein Player of the Week. What a week it was. 375, 2 homers, 8 ribbies, OPS over 1. 1 and 2. Fouls it away. Ben Rice on deck. And Fluharty up again. Foul right back here. And the 1-2. 2 and 2. Quite a sweat stain there. Half the bill.
38th pitch coming.
Clement gets Goldschmidt. Cooking up something special with Hexclad. Join the hybrid revolution at hexclad.com. For the last 7 games for George Lombard Jr., Yankees #1 prospect. Doing it all. Carlos Legrand adjusting to the bullpen. You see what he's done. And 2 games as a reliever. And Garrett Martin, who is unranked, 19 home runs at AA, tied for 4th in the minors this year. Well, Ben Rice, the lefty, due up. They're going to call on Fluharty. That'll do it for Miles. It's a 3-3 game.
Or get a low $199 per month lease on Ultima.
The World Cup is coming to New York and New Jersey, and you can get in on the World Cup Mania at Yankee Stadium on Thursday, June 18th. First 18,000 guests in attendance will receive a Yankee soccer jersey, courtesy of Bank of America. Tickets are going fast, so get yours today at Yankees.com. Rain clouds over the dome. Mysterious-looking Toronto. Fluharty in. And the first pitch to Rice is grounded to McAdoo, who flips to Fluharty. 2 away. Most appearances in the big leagues for Fluharty. This is his 37th. And that spins Dominguez around to the right side against the lefty Fluharty. Oh for 3 for Jason. So was that your diet that Jason had yesterday? He had 2 espressos and like 2 or 3 Red Bulls before he played.
I was a coffee guy, yes. Caffeine.
Guys, when he said that, I thought David Cohn or Al Leiter, one of the two, right?
Well, Leiter usually would go 5 Red Bulls. So that's bounced around in the corner, and Dominguez smartly stops at second. So he gets another hit from the right side. Ripped the double inside third.
Another look. Smoked it right on by. Whoa.
Well, World Cup is in town.
Kick saving a beauty. Except didn't work. Needed a fork.
They'll reset the clock at 14 seconds. Here's Bellinger. A strike. Ground ball, backhanded by McAdoo. And Fluharty beats Bellinger to the bag for the final out of the 7th. No runs a hit, no errors, and 1 man left. Time for the 7th inning stretch in Toronto. It's a 3-3 game on Yes.
Time for your Ford Studio update. Bob and Todd with you. Tie game right now, but it was a grind all afternoon for Will Warren.
Yeah, I think that was the troublesome part. A lot of pitches. He didn't get ahead of batters. The sweeper wasn't the best. The Yanks are still in the game. But, yeah, 3 walks, 1 K. That's not going to help the Yankees in the beginning of this game.
Came down to the wire yesterday. The Yankees pulled it out. We'll see if they can do that again. Adam Ottavino joins us on the postgame. We look forward to seeing you then. Guys, let's get it back to you. Coney and Michael, take it from here.
Thank you, Bob. 3-9-1 for the Yankees, 3-9-0 for the Blue Jays. Will Warren lasted 4. Patrick Corbin, 1 out fewer than Will. Anthony Volpe's had a big day, and Davis Schneider, his home run, tied the game at 3 in the 6th. New Yankee pitcher is Brent Hedrick. He has become one of the high leverage guys for Aaron Boone. Good numbers. Lucas leads off.
Remember Everyday Eddie Guardado?
Yep.
It's kind of like, that's what it feels like with Hedrick. Look, we see him every game almost.
One and 2. Popped up. Drifting back Caballero. And he makes the play. 1 out here in the 7th. Here's Alejandro Kirk. 1 for 2 with a walk today. Tipped into the glove of Sanchez. He has not skipped a beat after missing 62 games with a fractured finger on his left hand. Came back Friday night with 3 hits and a walk. Has a walk and a single today. That one bounced past Sanchez. Miles Straw is on deck to pinch hit for Pinago.
Hedrick, his usual strike throwing self.
Swing and a miss, got him. Well, Tuesday on Yes, host Gracie Cashman sits down with Yankees legend Jorge Posada for a deep dive into the numbers that defined his career. Watch the season finale of The Story of My Number, presented by the New York Lottery, Tuesday following Yankees coverage on Yes and the Gotham Sports app.
Hip hip.
Jorge. Straw fouls it back.
Hoffman getting ready for the Blue Jays.
Popped up on the right side. Goldschmidt is there and puts it away, and Hedrick works a 1-2-3-7. Another tight one here in Toronto. We go to the 8th.
To learn more. Again, that's habitat.org.
Well, Tuesday on Yes, Garrett Cole gets the start as the Yankees back in the Bronx to kick off a 3-game set with the surprising first-place Chicago White Sox. Extended coverage starts at 5 with 2 full hours of pregame leading up the first pitch shortly after 7 on Yes and the Gotham Sports app. Jazz Chisholm leads off. I'll tell you, when you see the schedule, you think, well, that's a nothing series, and the White Sox are really playing well.
Kind of the story of the year in the American League, or at least one of them at or near the top of few good stories. Kind of got to revisit that Garrett Crochet trade now this year, right? Last year it looked like a win for Boston. Might still be, but all of a sudden, the payoff on the other end showing up this year for the White Sox.
Three and 0. And there's ball 4. So he pinch hit in the 6th and walked, and now he leads off the 8th and walks. Well, Schneider, with Caballero coming up, is going to call on Hoffman. He struggled out of the closer's role. Let's see how he does here in the 8th. Well, this is a segment that we like to call, Jason, why don't you hit it?
How about that?
It's about Alejandro Kirk. Because of his short stature, he once joked that people outside the stadium mistook him for a ballpark employee. Fans and teammates affectionately call him Captain Kirk, a nod to the iconic Star Trek character. And his build and friendly demeanor have led some fans to jokingly compare him to the Red Sox mascot, Wally the Green Monster. I don't see it, David. I don't see it.
Michael, that's so cruel.
I agree. I don't write, how about that? Mel does, Mel.
How about that?
Yeah, see, it's not me. Jeff Hoffman comes on. And he takes a strike.
I didn't want to answer you, Michael, because we're starting to get into shapes of heads, and I didn't want to go there with you. So.
Well, nice. Good. Last day together. Pitched well against the Yankees since the beginning of last year, 1.50, but he has struggled this year, no longer the closer. That's Varland's job now. Into right field, and that's going to be caught by Lucas. You know, we talked about the difficulties on Friday of being the closer and how you bounce back from bad moments, and Hoffman gave up a home run that essentially might have cost the Blue Jays the World Series, and that's got to weigh on you so heavily because the whole season comes down to that. And he pitched very well for them last year. Here's Schumann. You know, as great as Mariano was, probably the greatest ever at his position, I never saw him derailed by a big blown save. Not that there were many, but he just okay, on to the next thing.
Oh, he absolutely. As cool as a cucumber. We had a joke about Mariano. It was Mike Stanton and Graham Lloyd used to say, you know, Mariano would sashay down to the bullpen around the 6th inning or so. He just had a massage in the clubhouse, and he would sit down in the bullpen, and they'd go, hey, somebody get a mirror and put it under his nose to see if he's breathing. That's Mo.
Runner goes. Throw to second. It's another stolen base for Jazz Chisholm. So now he's in scoring position with the go-ahead run.
Wow. 2 big hops and then gone.
Oh, they almost had him picked off. Looked like he might have been going, too, when they said it's a balk. And Hoffman saying, no, it's not a balk. He's saying, I wasn't on the rubber. I was behind the rubber.
Well, if I'm Schneider, I'm upset because John Tom Payne is right there at second base looking at it, and the home plate umpire is the one who made the call. And that would be my argument. Now, certainly the home plate umpire is well within his rights to call the balk. But the second base umpire didn't call it. And he's standing 3 feet away almost.
And now here comes Tom Payne as he's trying to break it up between Jasinski and Schneider.
If I'm Schneider, I get thrown out right here. I don't blame him.
If I could read his lip, he said he's done that 5 times this year. It's never been called a balk.
And it wasn't called a balk by a guy 10 feet away. It was called a balk by a guy 60 feet away.
So what are you allowed to do on that move to second? He's saying, listen, my front foot was not on the rubber. It ended up behind the rubber.
Yeah, I mean, you have to actually turn and step toward where you throw. Yeah.
So he's already been thrown out.
I do not blame him.
He's getting his money's worth. And the back of his neck is turning really red. Now he's going after De Jesus, the third base ump. Gets a nice hand from the sellout crowd of 41,596. And here was a point where he got tossed. The young umpire, Steven Jashinsky. Hoffman saying, well, that wasn't a balk. Look, this is where I landed. Well, that forces the infield in for Schumann. Same situation as in the 6th inning. He tapped back to the mound then. Jazz at third. And that is a bunt, and it's foul. That's a safety squeeze, so it has to get down, and then Jazz will take off. A suicide squeeze, he's running, and the ball has to be bunted.
You have to check the exit velocity on that bunt. Squared up.
And he strikes out looking. Not a great at bat there with a runner on third and the infield in.
Thought it was high, just caught the top shelf.
Well, again, can Volpe come through? He's come through twice today. Infield backs up with 2 outs. We're in the 8th inning, 3-3 game. Oh, 0-1. Same pitch, swings through it, 0-2. Good bite to that slider. Crowd standing, looking for the out. Pushes the envelope way outside, 1-2. Hoffman deals. Fly ball right field. Lucas on the run near the seats. And it makes the seats out of play.
Nothing but sliders so far.
Jazz at third. 2 outs, 1-2 pitch. Timing went the fastball, 98 miles an hour, misses up and in.
Good try. Good take.
The 2-2. Swing and a miss. Got him on the slider. No runs, no hits, no errors, and 1 man left on base. We go to the bottom of the 8th inning here in Toronto. Yankees 3 and the Blue Jays 3. Hoffman is pumped up.
Strong. So when Washington, D.C. ripped away health care from New Yorkers, everything was on the line. Governor Kathy Hochul fought back and worked day and night to protect access to health care for millions of New Yorkers. Thank you, Governor Hochul.
It's time to name that Yankee. David, you want to take this?
Yeah, just an old has-been right-hander.
Should be in the Hall of Fame. That's my opinion. Let's go to the vault. Right here in this ballpark. hanging out of the windows for you. Then in Atlanta, and then the pinstripes. World Series against the Braves.
Oh, you gotta love that 92 strike zone.
And that's Ryan Weathers' father walking off with you.
Yes, exactly.
64-40 with the Yanks. Perfect game in 1999. Postseason pretty good, 8-3, 3.80. Doval comes on and deals a strike to Okamoto. You know, sometimes I look at some ball players and I wonder, are they enjoying this magnificent job they have that so many people just would ache to do? And I get the feeling that you enjoyed your career.
I loved it. Didn't want to go. There's nothing quite like being a pitcher on the mound. You are the center of attention. And nothing happens until you throw the baseball. There's a tremendous feeling in that. Like any other position in all of sports.
I don't know if anything comes close. Well, maybe quarterback.
Even quarterback, you can hand it off.
True.
And give it to the running back. But you have to have a little bit of ego. You have to want to be that center of attention, to be out on that bump in the middle of the field. Some guys know it at an early age. I knew it young, very young. I wanted to be there.
Well, you did it proud.
I appreciate it. That's where I wanted to be always. A lot of guys want to be position players. I wanted to be right there.
Two and two on Okamoto. Swing and a miss. Got him. Nasty slider.
Boy, over Duvall's last few outings, he's had a really good slider. Look at the front leg of Okamoto just buckle on that slider. High quality pitch.
There's Jesus Sanchez. 0 for 2 with a walk. Foul back 99. Goes down to one knee. Fisher. We saw him on Friday. Getting ready. I find that last shot amazing. They're in the bullpen, 450 feet away, and the bullpen coach is covering his mouth as he's talking to him.
You can't hide nowadays.
Wow. Two and one on Sanchez.
We are in the espionage era. Post 2017 in Houston, and since then there's iPads everywhere, cameras everywhere, and analysts everywhere trying to decipher clues.
Three and two on Sanchez. Swing and a miss. 100 miles an hour.
Here it is, hit it. Good run on that pitch. A little late movement, running away. The difference between sink and run. Run kind of runs on the same plane or less drop to it.
Oh, 0-1 on Clement. Hit sharply and grabbed there by Volpe. And Doval comes in and works a 1-2-3 8th inning. It comes down to the 9th. We're tied at 3.
You've got the tech. You've got the drive. And now you've got Toyota value. Lease the tech-savvy Corolla with 0 down or the all-hybrid Camry with 0 down and first month's payment due at signing. Find yours at Toyota.com. Toyota. Let's go places.
Well, fans, after the final, I'll get highlights, analysis, clubhouse interviews, and we'll hear from the manager. Plus, a look ahead to the very interesting series with the White Sox. It's all coming up on the W.B. Mason Yankees postgame. Well, Spencer Jones going to pinch hit for Ali Sanchez. New pitcher on the mound is Braden Fisher. You would say Varland not available after pitching the first 2 games. So they brought Varland in this situation 1-1 in the 9th inning yesterday. And so they bring in Fisher now today. Pitched on Friday against the Yankees. So Jones pinch hitting for Sanchez. Oh, 0-1.
You're going to see a steady diet of those from Fisher. A lot of sliders, got a curveball too, a cutter, and then an occasional four-seamer.
Now Boone could have gone with Escara because Escara is going to take over behind the plate, but electing to pinch hit with Jones. McMahon and Escara left on the bench. And Escara will take over behind the plate in the bottom of the 9th. And Jones down on strikes.
Well, he got worked over a little bit. Steady diet of breaking balls and then up top with the four-seamer. Little bit late.
Top of the order, here's Goldschmidt. So Bednar will pitch the bottom of the 9th. Dribbled slowly, going to be a tough play. Fisher fields, bare hands, fires, and he throws it into right field, allowing Goldschmidt to hustle to second. So an infield single and an E1, allowing Goldschmidt to get into scoring position.
Well, there are ill-advised throws, and then there's this. Why? No chance. I understand the competitiveness, but he had no chance, and now you got a runner in scoring position. Threw it to the umpire.
And they're going to pinch run for Goldschmidt. They'll send out McMahon. So Goldschmidt with 3 more hits today. And McMahon pinch runs. Has to go ahead run. So Boone using everybody on his bench. Here's Rice, 1 for 4. Misses inside with the slider.
Catcher's challenging ball call.
And Kirk is going to challenge that. Says it didn't miss. And he loses the challenge.
The call's confirmed. The pitch was a ball. Toronto's 1 challenge rating.
Snyder, McAdoo, and Springer. Yankees hoping to make this a save opportunity for Bednar. That's who's available on the Blue Jays bench. 2-1. Two and two.
Well, he throws a lot of sliders because he's got a good one. That one almost backs up, down and away.
So the count full. Dominguez on deck. The pinch runner McMahon at second. Fisher, the 5th pitcher used by the Blue Jays. 3-2. Driven deep to right field. There it goes. See ya. A long home run for Ben Rice. And the Yankees lead 5-3. Oh, what a shot. Dominguez takes a strike. Boy, did he put that into orbit.
What a great at-bat. Finally got a pitch he could handle. Slider down and in, and did not miss it.
'19th home run of the year. He has 47 runs batted in, and that leads the Yankees. Two and one. Now, will they have Rice play first base and lose the DH? There are ways they can go. They could have Caballero move to the outfield, McMahon at third, bring in Bellinger to play first. And there's a walk by Dominguez.
What sounds like an old cliche, but getting good pitches to hit is a real art for hitters. Ben Rice has done that as well as anybody in the Yankees lineup this year. A solid at bat to finally get one you can handle thigh high on the inside half and crushes it.
Hit it so hard he could admire it, and he did. Bellinger fouls it back. So a 2-run home run in the 9th inning yesterday. Broke a 1-1 tie. A 2-run home run in the 9th inning today elicits this response and breaks a 3-3 tie. Now the Yankees hold on. This will be the 7th time that they scored the winning run in the 9th inning or later. One and one. Waved through that one. 1-2. Dominguez with a double and a walk today. Had a home run in yesterday's game. Runner goes. Foul back.
That short, quick, punchy stroke. How did he foul that off? That was neck high. The classic Bellinger 2-strike approach. He's a tough out.
Bellinger looking for his first hit today. He's 0 for 4. Again, fouls back the fastball. Guerrero, now playing for the 2nd straight game, could come off the bench in the bottom of the 9th. Runner goes. Again, a foul ball. Tommy Nance is up. Center field. Miles Straw is there. 2 away. Runner on first, 2 outs. Here's Jazz Chisholm Jr. Jazz came in as a pinch hitter in the 6th, and he has walked twice. And a signal to the bullpen. That's DeMarlo Hale taking over as the manager after Schneider had been thrown out. So Fisher's day is done. They're going to go to Nance to face Chisholm.
It's more convenient.
Yankees Baseball on Yes is brought to you in part by Hyundai. Hyundai gives you America's best warranty on every new vehicle. Visit Hyundai.com for more information. And by Optimum Fiber, famously fast fiber internet. Meredith is on that boat trying to catch the flight as Tommy Vance comes in. Tommy Nance, I'm sorry. You know a guy named Tommy Vance.
I can totally see Meredith on that boat, too.
1-0 to Jazz. Nance had been on the IL right before the last Yankee series with forearm discomfort. Came back Monday and has posted back-to-back scoreless innings. Three and 0.
The catcher is challenging ball call.
Well, Kirk's going to challenge. They have one challenge remaining. And he misses.
The call's confirmed. The pitch is the ball. Toronto's out of challenges.
And that's ball 4. So 3 walks for Jazz, showing a lot of patience today. Let's take a look at the home run by Bryce. The exit velocity presented by Spectrum. 101.2 off the bat, 381 feet. It was no doubt about it. Hit one like that, you could smile.
19 now on the year for Ben Rice. On June 14th.
You see him at the All-Star game, don't you?
Absolutely. I mean, the kid in Oakland's pretty good too. There's some good young first basemen. Kurtz.
High fly ball off the bat of Caballero. Straw back on the track at the wall. See ya! A long home run for Caballero. A 3-run blast. And the Yankees lead 8-3. Well, he crushed that. Just crushed it. And a strike to Schumann.
You are right, Michael. No doubt about it. Barreled up and launched.
One and two.
From the side, that's what you call getting the ball out in front. You get the barrel of the bat out in front on that pitch, the right angle, see ya.
Fly ball, center field. Straw is there. But the Yankees have done their damage. 3-3 coming into the 9th inning. Ben Rice broke the tie with a long 2-run home run. That gave the Yankees a 5-3 lead. Then they tried to put it away a little bit later when Caballero goes deep to left center. A 3-run shot. At the end, it's 8-3 Yankees going to the bottom.
Activate your Tri-State Genesis retailers.
Caballero hit a long 3-run home run. What a blast. A 420-foot home run means baseball fans score 2. Unlock your free 20-ounce Baja Blast by registering now at BajaBlastHomeRuns.com. And that was a Baja Blast.
I'm thinking, in honor of your good buddy Mike Breen, just going bang.
Could be the way to go. Little guitar, sweet music by him. So Bednar comes in, not a save situation. He struck out the side yesterday in a save situation. One thing I've noticed, you see all the scoreless appearances, he's kind of shelved the breaking ball, which got him into trouble a bit.
His splitter's been exceptionally good as of late.
Well, you saw the defensive changes as we thought. McMahon takes over at third. Caballero is in left. Jones takes over in center. Bellinger moves from center to first. And things kind of unravel for the Blue Jays after the slow roller base hit by Goldschmidt that was thrown away. That would have been the second out. Instead, it was a single in E1, and things started to happen. Yankees looking to take 2 of 3 from the Blue Jays. Hit sharply and off the glove of Volpe, and that goes into left center field. Well struck. He was there, though. We'll see how they score that.
Another look. Second hop, right on by, off the top of the glove.
Gave him a hit. McAdoo fouls it away. Yankees 12 hits, Blue Jays 10. Yankees lead by 5. Blue Jays trying to mount a comeback in the bottom of the 9th. Right at Jazz, fires to first, not in time for the double play.
Oh, the old Adam ball. Almost doubled him up.
So here is Springer. Skies one into center field. Jones there. Will put it away. You know, we always talk about games in baseball being interconnected. What you do one day affects the next day. The fact that they had to use their closer 2 days in a row made him unavailable today, so they had to go to their second tier high leverage guys, and they couldn't do the job in the ninth.
Yeah, valid point.
Here's Nathan Lucas. 1 on, 2 outs, bottom of the 9th inning. And a strike. Skied into left field. That is going to be in there for base hit. Cutting over Caballero. And they're going to hold the runner at third. It's a double for Lucas. And the Blue Jays still alive, second and third, 2 outs.
Well, that's the kind of hitter that Lucas is. He gets a splitter, fights it off, slicing it down the line. Cabby knocks it down, fires it in there. You didn't think this was going to be easy, did you?
And here's the dangerous Alejandro Kirk. And he does go with the breaking ball there and drops it in for a strike. Vlad Guerrero comes out on deck to pinch hit for Straw if it gets that far. And caught by Volpe. Ball game over, and the Yankees win 8-3. In a place that was a house of horrors for the Yankees last year, they come in and they take 2 or 3 to the Blue Jays, and they remain in first place in the American League East.